Springdale Cemetery was founded in 1855. It's one of the largest cemeteries in Illinois. It sits on 225 acres, 15 private mausoleums, and 9 public statues with multiple public monuments. Over 70,000 people are buried here. It's also one of the most haunted cemeteries in Illinois. One of the haunted locations that is in Springdale is the story of the Lady in White. So on June 16th, 1935, a young lady named Mildred Hallmark left work and went to a movie with a young man she worked with. They worked at a restaurant called Bishop's Cafeteria in Peoria, Illinois. She was an auburn-haired 19-year-old who had recently graduated from a Catholic school. By the time the movie was over, it was getting pretty late. She caught the streetcar going one way while the boy had to go a different way. She was last seen wearing a white dress and hat. She was never seen alive again. Her body was found in Springdale Cemetery. Her clothes were gone and she was laying under a tree near what used to be called Duck Pond. An investigation opened up and soon they had a suspect, Gerald Thompson, a young man who worked at Caterpillar. Nobody thought it was him. He was well liked and really friendly. He confessed at the interrogation when some of her things were dropped into his lap. Women started coming forward saying he attacked them too, but were too scared to say anything because he threatened to tell their husbands and families if they had said anything. He didn't kill any of his victims until Miss Hallmark's attack. He punched her and made her neck snap. After he was through with her, he left her there. He didn't realize he had broke her neck and probably didn't care. That night, he talked her into accepting his ride instead of waiting for the trolley to pick her up. He drove her around and purposely passed the turn to her house. He turned into the cemetery and she was getting scared. The trial became so popular, Time magazine covered it. On July 31st, 1935, he was found guilty and sentenced to death. He went to Joliet Prison, and on October 15th, 1935, he was executed by the electric chair. There are many different reports of people seeing the Lady in White. People say she haunts the area where her body was found. There is a gazebo there now. There are reports of people seeing orbs in the gazebo. Others claim to see her in white walking around. So this is the spot where they found her, I guess, and people say that they can see her, they see her apparition sitting on the bench sometimes. This place used to be a pond. Is that padlocked?
I don't think. Keep it from being stolen.
Y'all are rude. You don't go to a cemetery to steal. But anyway, what?
The guy that killed this girl committed 16 rapes successfully and 16 failed attempts. And the Mildred chick, he broke her neck on purpose. He also cut her to ribbons with a knife.
That's disgusting. But I was here like 3 years ago and I took pictures. I don't know if I still have them, but I captured an orb like right like above the bench, and then it like disappeared and went into the bench. So if I have that, I'll put that in here. So I'm gonna use this thingy. And it's a little spirit box app. Now I'm not saying that this works and I'm not saying that it doesn't work. I'm saying that I've heard some stuff on this with Jordan in a cemetery by my house. And so I'll put it right. Oh, you can't really see it. There's a little glare. I'll put it like this. Wow, it doesn't want to focus. Are you invested in this story now?
I'm just reading about the trial.
What was her name? Mildred? Is your name Mildred?
The guy had a steady girlfriend at the time.
That is disrespectful. Do people see your ghost? How old was she when she died? 19? I'm pretty sure she was 19.
I thought it said 16, but it may have been one of his other victims that was 16.
How old were you when you died?
You sure this is where her body was found? Because according to this, she was thrown over a wall.
Haven't heard that one.
This is the actual news article from the case. I'm reading the actual news article about it right now. Each attack was carefully planned right down to the scissors he used to cut off his victim's underwear and the camera he brought along for blackmail.
My shoe just came
Hallmark was
untied.
waiting in the rain for a streetcar when he spotted her. He stopped and offered her a ride home. She was reluctant at first, but he eventually sweet-talked her into accepting a lift. She knew she had made a mistake when he started driving to the cemetery. She screamed loud enough to wake the dead, or at least the cemetery groundskeeper, so Thompson hit her, shutting her up long enough to drive to a remote spot among the graves. His slap had momentarily stunned her, but she soon regained consciousness and repelled his kisses. According to Thomas, he said, "I tried to succeed in a nice way. I did lots of talking and finally tried to force her by holding her arm behind her back, and she started to scream. So I choked her to keep her from screaming, and I let loose of her throat, and she bit me on the left thumb. She scratched him, and he smashed her jaw, knocking her out. Then I attacked her," Thompson said. Hallmark offered no further resistance. She was already dead. With the scissors, Thompson shredded her clothes, then dumped her body over a wall into the ditch and drove to Grandma's house.
I don't know, it could have been that ditch.
I don't see any walls around here, though.
Well, I don't know, this place looked completely different.
Yeah, I guess it was back in the 30s.
Yeah, like none of this was here. Do you like to sit on this bench at night? Why are you not turning off? Stupid.
Yep.
I wonder if he would be here haunting this place. I'm gonna see if I can take pictures. And yeah. So I'm just taking pictures to see if I see anything. This place is really pretty though. Yeah, I'm not really sure who these people are buried around it.
Well, most of them don't have the same last name, so it's probably just a random spot where people bought graves.
Maybe because the gazebo was pretty.
Well, most of these look like they're older than the gazebo.
Oh.
Well, this one is... No, they bought this one a long time ago. This one was purchased in 34. Oh no, he died in 06. Some of these are kind of new, actually.
This says 2011.
This one...
Is this writing? What does this say?
Where? Rollins for something. F-E-R. Maybe Robbins. Yeah.
Maybe it's who built it.
I do not know.
When they were signing it. What time is it?
5:38.
Because obviously this place closes soon and I'm not going to trespass because I don't want to go to jail. That's why we're not here at night, because I don't want to get in trouble. And I also don't want anything following us home like it did last time, apparently.
Oh, here's the picture of the guy that killed her.
That will be on the screen right now as I'm fixing this. Ah.
It says Rollins Robbins Fencing. That's what it says. It's the company that built it.
Haha.
Well, if we can figure out where this gravestone is, I think it says Jeremiah's name on it. That's the location around where she was killed.
See, there's 70,000 graves here.
Yeah, but the graves around it are fairly unique looking. I mean, it's got that little...
That's also got like one of those like...
In the background, there's one of those little monolith looking ones.
Yeah. I don't know, it couldn't be that far from here. Like maybe it's over... It could be right over there.
On the other side?
Yeah.
It's possible.
Well, maybe we'll go check that out.
It's possible that she was dumped in that creek there from the other side.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was ever a wall there, though. She was thrown over a wall.
Possibly. I'm on the other side of the bench now. So, do I think her ghost is here? Her spirit, yes. But I don't think she wants to talk right now. But we can go. So Tyler has been diving into the history of that building. And who made it?
Robbins Fencing.
And we can't find it.
Well, the company doesn't exist anymore, and I can't find any records of the company in Illinois' business archives.
And we also saw from a public record that the gazebo was built in What year? 1932?
That's the only thing I could find about it, was that it was purchased and built in 1932, but I don't think those public records are accurate because the murder didn't happen until 35, and the news articles specifically say her body was found around.
Okay, the battery died. But anyway,
the only records I could find said that the gazebo was purchased and built in 1932, but the murder didn't happen until 1935, and the news articles specifically say that she was found basically on the banks of the duck pond, which is in exactly which the gazebo is built on top of. So the gazebo obviously couldn't have been purchased and built before in 32, because there was a pond there and they didn't just build it floating on the water. So I don't know. Public records are so unreliable from back then. Glad we have computers now.
So that was episode 1. And there will be more. I don't know how many more. But like, comment, and subscribe if you liked this. But the cemetery is massive. And there's lots of other haunted spots. And
I lost my signal. My research is over.
well, that means this video is over. So goodbye.